Hey everyone, my name is Kabi and today I'm going to show you an interesting game between the light and the dark on this big elven green map. And so as the light player in the bottom right corner appears Metal Souls, who also runs his own YouTube channel for War Legends and also Gothic, I believe. But anyway, he uploads a lot on War Legends, most on Russian, but if you guys willing, I guess you can turn subtitles on, automatic ones, and be able to understand things, or at least just watch the cool games in such observer interface as I use in this particular video. Probably his picture quality will be slightly lower because I built for myself a special version that needs high performance by PC, but also can run really smooth. But anyways, that is just for the production purpose for our official channel. And yeah, let's introduce the other guy. In the top left corner appears Grom. He's not running any YouTube or something like that, but you could already witness his plays on our channel because I believe I used to show them in the past. So this player is known for being fond of discovering different things and use different strategies, and this is why I tried to keep an eye on his plays. And in this particular game we're gonna witness his attempt of playing Undead and this not really discovering but developing his own build order using this faction, while his opponent is going to play pretty much the most meta thing on date, which will be mixed technology of human and elves, and that will be princess along with the knights. That is the strong strategy and very mobile unit and hero composition, and especially on such a big map, a vast map like this, it is very efficient, and many players consider this imba right now. And we held a 2v2 tournament recently that is mostly for the Russian community because it's been held on the Russian website. In theory you can participate if you find the tournaments I create on goodgame.ru, but I don't really invite you because I mean by you I mean the foreign audience, the foreign from the Russian region, because you won't be able to withdraw the prize if you win something, so that's not really fair. We don't offer a prize as Gear Games, but there's crowdfunding, and usually we have up to $100. So that will be very unlikely if someone wins and will not be able to withdraw it, so I don't really invite. But we do these tournaments like in the testing mode, and I share some moments on our channel as well. And why I started mentioning it, because many guys played this particular strategy on the tournament or different variations of that, such as knights along with the helicopters, for example. But in this game, Metal Souls not gonna play helicopters, because I believe that is not the first game of the series they played against each other, and so Metal was already aware of the general idea of the Grom strategy, and that is pretty much the Undead obelisk into the skeleton archers with a few goons. Usually it is 3, and that is pretty much the number that I come up with too when I tested Undead back in the day. And his core hero and the only hero throughout the game will be the Eater. So that is not really an easy thing to play, because he's not ranged, obviously, he's the melee hero, and that requires a lot of micro and a lot of positioning. And here comes one, he offending on the princess, making her to pull back, and at the same time Metal keeps microing his knight using that cavalry strike, I believe you guys know how this thing works, but when the knight attacks on a move command, it makes 50 more % damage. So there is 1.5 x 1.5 damage. In the meantime, Metal grabbed both of the chests in the corners, so Grom really has to make something done with his units, and he starts with this one. Look how he turned his Eater to throw the swordsman away while keep the knights under the stun. A very spectacular moment, and now he stuns a few knights again, and one of them goes down. Also, a couple of necromancers approach. Prince is being fast to kill one of them, but the other one's still alive. Arising a couple more skeleton warriors, the units that received a buff recently, and so they have more move speed as per right now. But Metal continues to re-engage with the knights, and those units seem to feel really good in this fight. They are countering the skeleton archers, even though there is no penalty for the zero distance anymore, but still knights are very high armored. But here comes another active ability from the Eater, and it seems that he's about to take down at least one knight during this active, and probably even the other one's gonna go down with this last strike. So in the end, Metal is, well, he's not really down to something, because he has 60 food and he's already upgrading his stuff to the next elven tree and the sanctuary, and it seems that he's about to go the wind mages. So let's take a second to see what's coming. There is a couple of skeleton archers, also necromancers keep being produced, and Groms is not really transitioning into something, but here comes yet another active from the Eater. But heroes obviously use their active ability as early as they can, because you really wanna utilize those cooldowns, and here comes another perfect positioning from the Eater. All the three knights being stunned at the same time, and the skeleton archers along with the necromancers keep dealing damage, only one knight being able to retreat. And at the same time, Metal is already up to the Elven Tech 2 and 2. That means that the Wind Mage is already in production. He also has 2 racks to be able to produce those knights really quickly. I don't really like that he doesn't have a single healer. That means that he won't be able to heal the knights, at least in a quick fashion. Obviously, almost all the units has the regeneration, but usually it really takes a lot of time to regenerate all the HP, at least if you are not an undead unit, because undead units do that in precisely 4 minutes, for the other units it takes significantly longer, of course. So Metal Sauce decided to go for the mana well, but so does Grom. So it seems that he's actually about to steal this one, because his units are full while the knights are very exposed, and 2 of them are on the very low HP count. Grom sends 1 skeleton warrior over that mana well to be able to grab it, and also Eater uses another ability and stuns the 2 knights. One of them, actually 2 of them, try to take down the necromancer to prevent the skeleton warrior spam, and well, 2 necromancers went down. And actually there is the point that many players probably don't ever consider, but if someone attacks your necromancer to take it down, and they take it down eventually, but that means that they don't attack some other unit, some battle unit like a skeleton archer or probably Eater. So even if necromancers, or let's say a healer, just go down first and that looks like they did nothing, but they actually did something. And what they did was tanking. And yeah, probably they are not the best tanks, not as great at that as the Eater, for example, but they also don't cost that much, so that is still something. But of course, if you can, you want to maintain living to your supports and probably pull them back if you can. But Metal Sauce also mentioned to me that he was a bit lagging during this series, so probably that was the reason why sometimes a light player micro is not may look not that great. But that is fine because we have the mobile game and Metal Sauce also living like not too close to the Russian server. He's dwelling in Belarus and the server in Russia, St. Petersburg. I travel from one point to another sometimes and it takes like 14 hours of fast travel. I mean, not the video game's fast travel, but the real one on the car, so it is quite a distance, so it's not. It doesn't wonder that sometimes Metal Sauce may be lagging a bit. But anyways, we are up to 90 supply for the light player, and Grom currently doesn't have a lot of skeleton archers, but he has something better against those wind mages because he started getting Venom Spitters, and the Venom Spitters are very interesting unit because they stack a lot of damage with the poison, and they also prevent any healing, so you can really focus down a target quickly with the Venom Spitters. But at the same time, if they face the wind mages like a patch on the patch, a squad on the squad, they will die really quickly because of the splash. So see how Grom does that. He tries to split the Venom Spitters so that they don't take damage all at the same time. So it really works. And he wins this engagement, and at the same time Eater went into the princess, because the princess is pretty much the main threat to the Venom Spitters right now, as she has the magic damage and also can attack air, unlike the knights, for example. And here Grom adds also a couple of zombies, because he already has the 4 Venom Spitters, and maybe it is already enough. And what you really want to have is a couple of zombies or even more, because they can produce more for free and they can also slow down the targets. So it is really a unit that can snowball, but also being a utility support. And both of those functions are very important. One healer goes down, so that will be another 3 zombies, and also Grom uses the sharp thorns to slow down those knights and eventually take down those knights. They are not being killed by zombies, like not every single one, but they are pretty much still do the job, zombies, I mean. And at the same time Metal started to transition into the bikers, and the bikers are the natural counter to the Venom Spitters, because Venom Spitters mostly do the magic damage with the poison, but they also do the piercing damage with the main attacks, so they still damage the biker, but not that significantly. So bikers win in terms of cost efficiency against the Venom Spitters, but those Undead flyers are really quick. So what you wanna do is don't really take fight against the bikers and rather reposition, shift somewhere, and opt for the other target. So now Grom pulled them back upon a forest until the majority of bikers will go down under attacks of the Eater and also the zombies, and now Eater has the active ability, and that is probably the moment for Grom to pull the trigger and go on this princess, and he starts attacking it. Princess also critted, but Metal Sauce wasn't quick enough at least with this connection, to pull the princess back, so princess not being able to retreat, and he also attacks the elven hero with the venom speeches. Also, actually, crossbow tower attack the venom speeches, so they're about to go down, and at the same time see how many zombies already on the battlefield, and they pop up pretty much for free, but that knight wasn't killed by the zombie, probably the venom speeches kill that. And now Grom uses the ring of fire, and here he could actually take down all the finish off all the workers with the zombies. Or maybe Elven Tree won't let that happen, because Elven Tree prevents any kind of necromancer and zombies ability included. So if someone dies inside an Elven Tree aura, it won't be turned into a zombie, because it will instead turn into a spirit. And when the spirit will expire, it won't be turned to anything, it will just disappear. So when something doesn't leave a body when dies, that means that zombie can't work with that. So that is easy to realize, such as this worker, you can see it became a spirit, so it won't become a zombie ever. But that is not really an important point, because it seems that Metal Souls is out of pretty much any mining to the moment, and zombie, as long as the eater is about to take him down, he built a few healers and one archer, but that is obviously not enough. But Metal Souls will still try to probably come back to this game, so he pulls back the workers on mining. He also received, summoned Paladin, and Paladin is about, oh, that was a one shot to the Skeleton Archers. I believe that happened because of the Wind Mage, so they actually hit at the same time simultaneously, but that still looked like something way too strong. One shot in a unit. Well, people like to mention how Skeleton Archer is weak, but I'm not sure they mean it's really that weak. But well, let's see what happens next, because Chrome is about to get an Eater back. He also controls one Watchtower as well as one Mana Tower. Nobody controls the top one, which probably is a mess for the mobile army on a start, such as Metal Souls had. But anyway, we have what we have, and the light player doesn't own a mana well, and it seems that he's about to take his last fight and try to apply the last stand, but it is really a very hard task to make. He uses the light, the Dome of the Light, and Venom Speeches attack that Paladin, so that hero can't be healed, so the healers are actually useless, they can only heal each other. The biker is very exposed, one more Wind Mage appears on the battlefield, but Paladin has a lot of Venom stacks on him. The only one to really deal damage here was the Wind Mage, but he turns into the Spirit, and Metal Souls is pretty much out of this game. So this is how Undead can be played, it seems, but it is probably a very thin build order in the beginning, so you gotta start off with the 3 goons to the Eater, adding the Skeleton Archers, but it is really a hard moment how you should micro and how you should use the hero's ability and take the fights. But if you practice this, let's see if it may work. Let us know if it works for you. And for this game, that is it. Thank you for watching. My name is Kabi, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.